Hello. Welcome back to another stream. We're going to hop into this case in just one hot sec. Let me get it booted up for us, and hopefully we'll knock this out real quick today. And that'll be that. How's it going? It's going all right. I just kind of got in the weeds of something that I didn't really expect to take as long as I did, and I didn't really end up resolving it. I ended up having to order something to fix the issue, but I figured I spent enough time fucking around with some bullshit. I need to get this stream going. So let's knock this shit out, cause yeah, it happens. Yeah. The ADHD is a motherfucker, let me tell you. Oh boy. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Dun. Okay, and then this. Next week, you're finishing investigations, by the way. That went by. Yeah, the first one, right? There's still the second one on deck. But yeah, that'll be wild. It'll be the last case. Well, of investigations 1. Yeah. Cool. Alrighty. All right. Okay, let's get this game rocking, rolling, and fucking going. Boot this bad boy up. Oh yeah, this was okay. There we go. Now it connects. I don't know why this wasn't connecting yesterday, but it is all good. Bum, bum, bum. I'm curious to see what the final result is of all this. High as fuck, ain't got no license. I got all this stuff stuck on my mind. Yeah. All right, September 10th, 5:45 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1. What is this incredibly overpowering sweet scent? It smells like flowers.
Uncle Bad, is this it?
Isn't that Detective Bad and Kay over there?
It looks like she's managed to escape the bailiff.
No, that's not quite it.
Oh, too bad. But it's so pretty.
I think you're still a bit too young to be wearing that. But since you found it, I guess I can let you keep it.
Thanks, I'll treasure it always.
Those two seem to be getting along rather well. Unrelated to anything, but I've been cleaning my backlog lately, and I have a feeling some of the games I've been playing you might like. Are you interested or not? Yeah, you could let me know. I don't really have a lot of money to buy games right now, but if something piques my interest, I will definitely, save it and play it when I get a chance. So for sure, for sure. Oh, here. I've got something else for you.
Yay! Thank you, Uncle Bad. Earlier, I ate one of these with gummy.
Gummy? Oh, you mean gumshoe.
Gummy is... He was trying to be nice to me because I was gonna get in trouble. And then he got in trouble because he lied to protect me. Gummy. I know he didn't kill Daddy.
Don't cry. Faraday would be sad if he saw you crying.
Crying?
Kay.
Oh, it's the mister from before. And the lady, too.
Don't you think it would be a good idea to go home for the time being? No worries, Lol. I've been playing these two games. One of them called Pizza Tower. If you ever played Wario Land's series of games, it's basically kind of like that. Incredibly fun game and short too. Very nice. Okay. And then the other is a game called Trails in the Sky FC. Going through it right now, and it's pretty interesting. Cool. Here, let me, while I'm just thinking about it, before I forget to look at all, let me pull those up and take a peek. Because, yeah, as we have established already today, the ADHD in this brain is fucking powerful. And if I don't do something while I'm thinking about it, I just probably won't do it at all. Oh, it's a blessing and a curse, let me tell you. Let me tell you. All right, so the first one is called Pizza Tower. Let's see if I can find that on Steam. Yes, sir. Oh, it's only $20. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Relatable, yeah. Yeah, I've definitely learned that I gotta just do stuff. Like, the second it's on my mind, I just gotta do it, because my executive dysfunction is just too damn powerful. All right, let's watch this trailer. I'm curious. It's pizza time. Pour de Pizza presents Pizza Tower. Okay, liking the music. This kind of reminds me of Sonic, honestly. Like the early Sonic games. The art style is very fun. Okay. I like that. Let me add that to the wish list for sure. That seems fun. That's a silly ass looking game, I ain't gonna lie, but I mean that in a good way. All right, and then Trails in the Sky FC. Let me just try Trails in the Sky. Is this it? Or is this like a totally different game? That's the remake for the first game. I'm talking OG. One sec. I'll send a link. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so I wasn't totally off base here, but not quite the right one. Bruh. You know, I've been struggling like getting my printer calibrated. It was literally the first fucking thing I did. Like literally before I really even understood the system and everything, I updated the firmware, and that's what was fucking everything up. I swear to God, like sometimes I'm my own worst enemy. Okay, here we go. Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. Okay. Let's do it this way then. Oops, that's not how you spell heroes. Legend of Heroes in the sky. In the sky. Here we go. Okay. Ooh, it's a little hot in the mic or in the ear. Ooh, that's a cool looking ship. I love airships, like steampunk style airships like this. They're such a vibe. Wow, widescreen support. So fancy. That dates this in such a funny way. Oh, this is cool though. To be fair, this is a PSP game, so they added a bunch of things in the Steam version. That makes sense. And more. Interesting. Okay, so this is like a JRPG kind of vibe. I'm feeling it. I'm digging it. God, that ship looks so cool. Yeah, JRPG. Cool. Nice. Okay, yeah. I'll throw that in the wish list too. If I get the money to buy it, we'll get around to it when the time comes. But yeah, thanks for those recommendations. All right, back to. Oh wait. I gotta turn the volume on this. Unless we want to play in silence, I'm sure that wouldn't be awkward. But yeah, so it turns out that this printer has two types of firmware, because most people, which I plan to do this mod as well, they put a special sensor on it so that the nozzle doesn't actually have to like touch the bed when it calibrates. And apparently, if you upgrade to the latest firmware, it only supports that kind of calibration for whatever reason. And I'm not even like going too hard on criticizing them for it, because I don't understand the limitations of the coding and all that, but it feels like it would make more sense for it to just default to the regular stuff, like the regular calibration, if it doesn't like detect that sensor, right? So when the printer was calibrating, it was just kind of like floating, just not even touching the bed. So it was just making up bullshit. Because the way it's supposed to calibrate is it's like supposed to feel the resistance on the motors when the nozzle touches the bed and goes, okay, there's the bed. And as you can imagine, that fucked everything up. So I'm running, and they don't make it easy to revert either. Like I've spent all morning trying to revert it. Oh my God, what is happening? Okay, quality dropped or something. But I spent all morning trying to revert it, and I had to order like a special thing to flash the daughter board separately directly from my PC. And I'll get that tomorrow, but right now I'm running it off of an SD, and that works for now. Like, goddamn. Like, ugh. I'm not gonna go too hard on him for it because I genuinely don't understand. If like, there's probably some legitimate technical limitation that prevents it, but there should be one type of firmware that you update to. But hey, I got it sorted and it's running fine now. I'll flash the daughter board tomorrow when I get the thing, and it'll all be good. Fuck, man. I caused myself so much fucking headache over that shit.
Do you think it would be a good idea to go home for the time being?
You're not involved in the investigation, so it's for the best if you do. Actually, I'm Uncle Bad's assistant, so I'm related to the investigation.
Is that so, Detective Bad?
Yeah, I guess.
What? As you were just scolding us like kids to not mess up the crime scene. And now you let this child run free? Why?
People are free to investigate things outside of the actual crime scene. You also had a few things she wanted to look into. Got a problem with that?
I don't have a problem with that, but I am curious as to what Miss Yu is looking into.
Uncle Bad, I'm gonna go look somewhere else now, okay?
All right. I'm counting on you.
Oh, that's right. Hey, mister.
Yes, what is it?
I know Gummy isn't really the bad guy. I mean it. So, please, find the real bad guy, okay?
I won't forgive whoever did this. But in the absence of the perfect piece of testimony and evidence, there's no one else who could be the true culprit other than Detective Gumshoe. She wandered off while I was pondering.
Ba-da-da. Ba-da-da. All right. Oh yeah, I gotta click back in.
One of the windows in this lobby is open as well. The air conditioner is working just fine in this room, so why did they open it, I wonder?
Wait, this got moved. Oh no, this is the other room, right?
The decorative plant's leaves are shinier than the ones on the plant in lobby number 2.
That's probably because it's next to the window where it's easier to photosynthesize.
You may be right. Plus, the curtains are always drawn in lobby number 2.
The caretakers of this courthouse don't think enough about the plants, do they?
That's because the courthouse's caretakers, not a bunch of botanists.
Fair.
I can see down into the courthouse courtyard from here.
What is that mess supposed to be? It's like an optical illusion.
I believe it's supposed to be postmodern in design.
More like thoughtless in design.
I can't disagree there.
Right, a TV.
This television is the same model as the one in the defendant lobby number 2.
Looks like the two rooms are basically the same in terms of layout and supplies.
Yes. The two rooms are basically the same, huh? It may not look like much, but I find that ordinary tables like this one are very useful.
I think it's time they bought a new one. I wonder if they will replace this table if I hit it enough with my whip.
A much too heavy-handed method if I ever saw one.
What an incredibly strongly scented herbal tea.
I fear that more than being relaxing, this scent may make one a bit heady instead.
You put in a special request for that.
No wonder she's so violent if she's been drinking this stuff the whole time.
Lady just walking around tea drunk all day.
And neither woman should be allowed to comment on this particular topic. Ever.
Oh.
That expensive painting is ill-suited to be hanging on the walls of this room.
I wonder if a guard detail should be placed on it.
Why do you say that?
Well, a desperate low-paid employee might make off with it someday. You never know.
She may be thinking about hiring a guard, but it's obvious she isn't factoring in that guard's salary whatsoever.
Okay, let's talk to Bad. Because he's bad. He's bad. Come on.
Detective Bat, what exactly was Kay searching for?
Nothing that concerns you, boy.
Oh, and I suppose it has something to do with Kay?
It does, because she's Faraday's daughter. Anyway, hurry up and get to the point. I don't have time to waste.
It sounds like he'd rather be left alone. I have something I'd like to confirm with you once again.
I don't have anything to say to you.
Be that as it may, we still have questions that we need answers to. Now then, first of all, what is the overpowering smell that is permeating this room? Upon entering this room, I thought I was going to suffocate.
It's that ultra-strong perfume Yu wears. She spilled some of it. I was having a bad time of it myself. I didn't think twice and opened the window, but that smell's still here.
Perfume, huh? So the sweet scent in the air is perfume.
Well, it's giving off quite a stench. I bet it's some cheap no-name brand.
She said it's a famous brand from overseas.
It's a knockoff. Yes, definitely a knockoff.
No disrespect, but she forced one of those bottles on me. Here, little girl, you can have it.
I was born for much more expensive and refined perfume. However, seeing as how you just happen to have it, spare, I suppose I'll take it. Miles Edgeworth, you will hold on to this bottle without fail.
Why can't she ever be honest about her wants?
Oops.
So now we have the perfume Miss Yu wears. Just fantastic.
Is that all you wanted to talk about? If so, I'm going back to investigating.
Actually, I still have a few other things I wish to inquire about. So, you were in this room the entire recess.
Like I said, I made a call to the precinct to get that big lug down here. But other than that, I was waiting for the recess to end in here.
At least your story is consistent.
Earlier, you said that you were in this lobby with Miss Yu.
Yeah, I ran into her in the hallway. She said she wanted to talk to me about something, so we came in here.
Then, what you're saying is that until Detective Gumshoe's arrival, you and Miss Yu were in two different locations?
Guess I am.
Interesting.
Speaking of that lawyer, she seems to have a great dislike for you.
Nice.
Oof.
Let's see. Miss Yu is the sister of the victim of the KG-8 incident.
And as I recall, Detective Bad was the lead detective on that case. I wonder if the reason for her disdain isn't simply because you failed to guard Cece, but because you were the lead detective on the case.
You knew?
I also know that today's trial involving the Cadopian Embassy staff member is being referred to as the second KG-8 incident. Now then, Detective, I believe it's time you were honest with me and told me the truth behind your relationship with Ms. Yu and Mr. Faraday and the KG-8 incident.
If you already know that much, I guess it'd be alright to tell you.
Now then, I'd like to ask you a few questions about the KG-8 incident.
It's not exactly a happy story. Other than the people who were directly involved, you two will be the first to hear what I'm about to say. The honest truth behind the KG-8 incident. Faraday, you and I... Excuse me. As you already know, we three were involved in the KG-8 incident. Faraday and I, we were originally on the trail of a smuggling ring.
You mean the smuggling case involving one of the Amano Group's secretaries?
That trial was just a front.
A facade?
Yeah, but the case became tainted. All because the witness who was going to testify about the Amano Group's ties to the smuggling ring, CCU, was killed.
Then what became of the secretary who was arrested?
His name was Colin Devore. To be honest, the guy didn't know a thing about the smuggling ring. But he confessed to knowing about it anyway. Devore was probably being intimidated by the big boss man. Just another scapegoat.
The boss man of the Amano Group? He can't seriously mean Mr. Ernest Amano. That can't be right. It's probably just Detective Bad's personal hypothesis. What is he trying to do? Suspecting Mr. Amano of being involved with smuggling?
I suppose it would have been quite difficult to secure an acquittal after he confessed. But the man who killed CCU, Manny Cochin, was a completely different person. But since he's already been acquitted once of her murder, Mr. Faraday, how could you have let him go?
If I remember correctly, I heard that Mr. Faraday had an important piece of evidence stolen from him.
That wasn't Faraday's fault. It was mine. I wasn't vigilant enough. Faraday, Cece. I was supposed to protect them both.
Miss Yu did mention that as well. About how Detective Bad was supposed to guard her sister.
But even I, who was supposed to protect them, I fell into their trap.
What kind of trap?
The holes in this jacket are a testament to that trap.
Oh shit. You mean you were fired upon?
You were shot at that many times in one gunfight?
No. Only about a half of these are from that case. But the reason I continue to wear this jacket is to remind myself of lessons I learned from the KG-8 incident.
I see.
I couldn't protect CCU, and the suspect was found not guilty. We'd hit a brick wall as far as the law was concerned. The bullet holes in his jacket make him pretty badass. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Dude's got aura to spare, that's for sure. And that's when she came to the courtroom, the victim's sister. That's when I first met Callisto Yu.
About when you first met you. It was on the day of the verdict of the KG-8 incident was handed down, was it not?
Yes, Faraday and I, we apologized to her from the bottom of our hearts. It was all we could do, but just saying you're sorry won't bring my sister back, she said. Then she gave me a hard slap across the face.
Well, she certainly had a lot of self-control to stop at just a slap. If it was me, not even 100 lashes would have been punishment enough.
I suppose not. You said it herself, that she never wanted to see either of us ever again.
But after that, you've seen her many times over, correct?
Yeah. Faraday and I, even after the KG-8 incident had come to a close, we continued to hunt down the smuggling ring and got involved in a variety of cases. Oops. Fuck. But it was no use. We cracked so many different cases, but the result was always the same. We couldn't find the real mastermind behind the ring.
Is the ring really that big?
It was in the pursuit of the ring that we met you once again. It was during another trial related to the smuggling ring. Faraday was the prosecutor, and I, as the lead detective, took the witness to the stand. You. She appeared out of the blue as the defense attorney. Her client was related to the smuggling ring, and she was defending them.
Oh, her client was related to the smuggling ring and she was defending them?
Yeah. Yu was pursuing the ring as best she could as a lawyer. I think she defended Rel this time for the same reason.
Come to think of it, Miss Yu did say something to the same effect.
I have my own agenda. I'm still on the hunt for leads regarding the KG-8 incident, alright?
And for that, you have not a single qualm about defending a known killer?
Don't put words in my mouth. I said no such thing. The only way I had to get close to Mr. Rel was to be his lawyer. I had no intention of covering for him, ever. So don't you dare suggest I was going to. It doesn't matter what her reason is. Helping a criminal is just despicable.
You're so naive, little girl. You could have stolen it. I could have stolen this lollipop from you. That's how naive you are.
How dare you insult the daughter of a Von Karma?
Just like us, you felt that she had hit the limit of what the law could do. That's all.
The law is merely a tool. There is no limit to it, only the skill of the craftsman.
I don't know about that. You two are still too young. But one day, you'll know what I mean. But enough sidetracking. What matters is that we met you again, in pursuit of the smuggling ring. That's all.
So, what was your relation to Mr. Faraday? You even seem to know Kay fairly well.
I met him when he was a rookie prosecutor. Known him ever since. And Kay, I've known her since the day she was born. Faraday and I, we cracked quite a few cases together.
But you two seem to have made no progress at all in the Yatagarasu case.
Did we touch a nerve?
I only have one thing to say to you. No one knew more about the Yatagarasu than me and Faraday. That's why I was called upon to testify in today's trial. To prove that Rel was not the real Yatagarasu. Which I would have done if he hadn't turned around and accused Faraday. After the accusation, I was asked to testify. This time, to prove or disprove the accusation. But I guess I won't be doing that either.
I sense there's more to that statement than meets the eye. Perhaps a bit more digging into the Yatagarasu is what's necessary.
Probably.
You claim to know much about the Yatagarasu. Would you care to share what you know with me?
What you two should be looking for right now is proof of murderous intent towards Faraday and Rel.
I agree, which is exactly why I'm asking you about the Yatagarasu.
What?
The KG-8 incident, this second KG-8 incident. Both of these cases are tied to the smuggling ring. And in both of these cases, the witness who was to testify about the ring was murdered.
Excuse me.
However, there is one point in which they differ. And that is the presence or absence of the great thief Yatagarasu. Mr. Rel claimed to be the Yatagarasu, however, in the middle of the trial, he suddenly declared Mr. Faraday to be the real Yatagarasu. Then during the recess, they were both killed. Don't you find that to be the least bit odd?
Miles Edgeworth, stop beating around the bush and just spit it out already.
I believe that there must be some reason that the two men suspected of being the Yatagarasu were both killed at the same time.
A reason? Huh.
And so in order to catch Mr. Faraday's and Mr. Rel's cold-blooded killer, I feel that I need to learn as much as I can about the Yatagarasu.
If it'll help you solve this case, then I'll tell you. I'll tell you the reason why we've never caught the Yatagarasu.
What was that sudden outburst for? She almost made me whip you by accident.
Whoa. No.
It still accidentally whipped me anyways. There are three main reasons why the Yatagarasu will always be one step ahead. First, the Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. Second, the Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. Third, the Yatagarasu doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind, ever. I see. So those are the Yatagarasu's special traits.
This sounds like an incredibly elusive thief.
The Yatagarasu has never been caught on tape. Never tries to draw anyone's attention. It would never do something as lowbrow as commit murder.
That's how I knew.
That's how I knew that Rel wasn't the real Yatagarasu.
That's so funny, but honestly kind of works out. I don't know if I've mentioned before, but I play sort of a D&D. It's a version or it's a game based on D&D that a friend of mine made. It's their own thing, and it's really fucking fun. It's like a sci-fi D&D. And I had to cancel a couple weeks ago because my girlfriend had a big like exam, and I wanted to be their support and celebrate with her after. And then the following week, our DM was sick, and now this week someone else is calling off, and we've just been a whole month now. We've just had to push it back, and it's so funny. But shit happens. I am excited to play it again. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's called Other Skies, and yeah, it's a fun game. It's kind of like a system-wise, it's like a optimized D&D, because I don't know if you've ever played a tabletop RPG, but a lot of them have a lot going on, and it's a little overwhelming, especially when you're new to it. But this is like super streamlined. It's pretty easy to pick up, and I love sci-fi, and it's super fun playing sci-fi. My character is a benevolent cult leader, kind of like on some Robin Hood shit. I like have these rallies that I like milk money from rich people, and then I give it away to the poor. So it's a lot of fun.
But you can't use that sort of logic on its own to prove that he wasn't.
Listen, little girl, I'm not done talking yet. What's different about this time was that evidence related to the smuggling ring was sent to the police. And the sender was none other than the one who infiltrated the Kodopian embassy, the Yatagarasu. The Yatagarasu sent the evidence? Until now, the Yatagarasu would always publicize any corrupt dealings through the mass media. But not this time. The evidence this time was something only Faraday and I, and a select few others knew about. In that case, how can you be so sure that it was the Yatagarasu who sent it? That's easy. A special card that only the Yatagarasu uses was attached. That's how I can be so sure. And just what sort of card is it? Here, take a look at this article. Whenever the Yatagarasu wants to publicize something, a white card is sent along with the stolen information. But when we questioned Rel about what was sent along with the white card, Rel had no idea what it was. Ah, and that's how Detective Bad knew that Mr. Rel was a phony. Thank you very much. I have a much better understanding of the Yatagarasu now. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes? His Honor would like to transfer the evidence from today's trial over to you. So if you could please head over to the courtroom, it'd be much appreciated, sir. Understood. I'll be there shortly. Detective Bad, what does the law mean to you?
It's a big question.
Finding the answer to that question is the only reason I'm still alive.
Deep. Hashtag deep.
I became a prosecutor to find the answer to that question myself, and to play a part in ensuring that all criminals everywhere are found guilty. September 10th, District Court, courtroom number 3.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Edgeworth.
It appears that His Honor is still a bit dispirited.
For the first time today, I experienced what it's like to stand at the witness stand. And now I have a greater appreciation for just how hard it is to give testimony.
Well, there's no reason for you to be all depressed about it, Your Honor. As a judge, no one expects you to think about anything other than the verdict.
Franziska, there's no need to further depress His Honor.
But I'm not trying to, Miles.
Your Honor, Your Honor, I've come to collect the evidence that was to be transferred to me. Your Honor, the evidence. Your Honor!
Oh, yes, can I help you?
I'd like to collect the evidence now, sir.
As Your Honor, do you think you could stay focused long enough to at least do your job?
Yes, I'm sorry. And I would expect that the defense attorney has yet to arrive.
She's busy with the investigation, so let's keep this brief, shall we?
Very well. In that case, please confirm that all the pieces of evidence are present. Furthermore, the evidence that was used in the murders of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell are also included, so please go ahead and use them in your investigation into their case.
Understood, Your Honor. The pieces of evidence that were used in the murder of those 2 men. This could be a very good chance for me to find new leads regarding their case. And maybe even something that will finally lead me to the truth.
I've placed all of the evidence over at the prosecutor's bench for you.
I see. Thank you very much. I will go and confirm that they are all accounted for.
Ah, fuck.
So, this is the evidence related to today's Cadopian Embassy trial from Mr. Faraday's bag.
You mean the evidence bag that was on the table in lobby number 2, right?
Yes. Finally, we can now take a look at the evidence itself and not just data about them. Let's be sure to thoroughly examine them while we have the time.
Agreed. I want to take a good look at the evidence from the embassy murder too.
And why is that?
Because I still don't fully understand what today's trial was about.
Ugh. Don't point your crap at me just because you don't know something.
And don't you try to order me around just because Papa chose you today.
I see someone still sore about not being picked by Mr. Von Karma.
It's also weird to see the knife up close.
So, we have the knife, the gun, an envelope, and what's this organizer doing here?
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot to tell you.
About what, Your Honor?
They found Mr. Faraday's personal organizer inside that evidence bag of his. Detective Bad requested it be passed along to you. He said it would help your investigation.
Hey, Bad's coming around. Let's go. We got the baddie on our side.
Detective Bad said that?
What a strange stroke of luck.
Well, never look a gift horse in the mouth. We might as well flip through it, too. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. I took a quick look through these documents before the trial started.
Well, I wasn't even afforded the opportunity to skim it.
I suppose I should explain it to you then.
Yes, you should. Perfectly in its entirety, if you please.
On the night of September 8th, an embassy staff member was killed in front of the embassy. The staff member died of shock due to being shot in the heart.
Interesting.
Mac Rel was brought in that night as a suspect and thoroughly questioned.
That feels like it's nice. One sec. Oops.
Because the murder weapon was found on him, for which he was arrested on the spot.
A simpleton of a man, that's what he was.
Huh. Perhaps he was, for the weapon wasn't the only incriminating evidence we found. Mr. Rel was caught in the act on film by a security camera.
He was an even bigger simpleton than I thought. I can't believe he didn't notice a security camera.
The Cadopian Embassy's security system is supposedly very well designed. He may have simply not been aware that there was a camera in the area.
So, have you seen the contents of the video for yourself?
Yes, the surveillance video the security camera took was played during the trial by Mr. Faraday. You can clearly identify Mr. Rel on it, even the sound of the gunshot was crystal clear.
So the footage included sound, huh? Don't think I'd ever want to see the moment of someone's death in real life.
Me neither.
Yeah, that's some haunting shit. Honestly, even on video, it's fucking haunting. Alright, let me do this real quick. Okay. All right. Thank you for waiting.
Mr. Faraday's organizer, it appears he was in the habit of using it.
It looks like he wrote the strategy for getting Mr. Val convicted down here.
I have collected the evidence I need to prove that Rel was the killer. Between the handgun Rel had on him when he was arrested and the surveillance tape, I should be able to prove that he was the one.
It appears that Mr. Faraday honestly believed that Mr. Rel was the killer in the case.
The sound of his handgun going off was recorded with superb clarity on the surveillance video. I also have evidence that I can use to prove that Rel is not the real Yatagarasu.
And it would also appear that he had proof that Mr. Rel was not the Yatagarasu.
No matter how he may try to play it, as long as I have the Yatagarasu's key, I can prove he's a phony. If I present it to him in court, it should clear everything up.
And he apparently also had a very definite piece of evidence.
Or definitive. It's been a long battle. I hope that this will finally bring it to an end.
Yes, I believe that Mr. Faraday was well prepared to discredit any claim Mr. Rel may have had about being the real Yatagarasu. And he had a way to prove that Mr. Rel was the guilty party in the embassy murder. This organizer is a clue straight from Mr. Faraday. I'll have to take my time and give it a thorough read later.
Alright.
Look, there's a picture stuck between these pages here.
It appears to be a key.
Interesting.
A rather ornate one at that. Just look at the design on the handle.
The craftsmanship is superb. Could this be the Yatagarasu's key Mr. Faraday mentioned in his organizer?
That's what I assume.
The Yatagarasu key?
Detective Bad said something earlier.
What's different about this time was that evidence related to the smuggling ring was sent to the police. And the sender was none other than the one who infiltrated the Kodopian embassy. The Yatagarasu. Interesting.
The Yatagarasu sent evidence?
Until now, the Yatagarasu would always publicize any corrupt dealings through the mass media. But not this time. The evidence this time was something only Faraday and I, and a select few others knew about.
Mr. Faraday must have been trying to keep his secret key safe.
Oh, see, keep this secret key safe.
As the prosecutor on both the Yatagarasu and smuggling ring cases, that's to be expected.
Okay.
It's the knife that was used to kill Mr. Faraday.
Who would have thought that such a beautiful piece of art could be used for such a cruel act?
And it never crossed your mind that you use your riding crop for the wrong purposes. That's odd.
What is it?
Mr. Faraday didn't mention anything about a knife in his organizer.
That is certainly odd.
The weapon that was used to kill the Kodopian embassy staff member was the gun. But if that's the case, then where did the knife that was used to murder Mr. Faraday come from?
Isn't it obvious? It was brought into the courthouse by Mr. Vell. That's the only logical conclusion, right?
No, because it's not that easy to smuggle a weapon like that in here. Every person who enters the courthouse is checked thoroughly for contraband. Furthermore, the suspect was handcuffed, making it impossible for him to bring a knife as large as this inside.
In that case, how do you suppose this knife ended up inside the courthouse?
I need to think carefully here. There's nothing related to the knife written anywhere in Mr. Faraday's organizer. However, it is a fact that this knife came from Mr. Faraday's evidence bag. Conversely, there is one item listed in Mr. Faraday's organizer that no one has claimed to have seen today. So in order to solve this mystery, I believe I will need to take another good look at the evidence.
Miles Edgeworth, can I take the fact that you have yet to answer me to mean that you don't have an answer for me?
Actually, I do know the answer, Francisca.
What? Then what is it?
One of the pieces of evidence we've been holding has been hiding a secret of its own. And it was through this piece of evidence that the knife was brought into the courthouse.
Is it maybe that? These handles kind of match, right? Oh my god, it's a butterfly knife, literally. Oh.
Take that!
This Yatagarasu key Mr. Faraday mentions in his organizer. This is how the knife was brought into the courthouse.
You're not making any sense, Miles Edgeworth.
You just need to look a bit closer, Franziska, to see what I mean. Don't the color and ornamentation of the key's handle remind you of anything?
They do remind me of the knife.
Very good. Both the Yatagarasu's key and this photo and the murderous knife have this very unique design on their handles. Furthermore, even though Mr. Faraday mentions the Yatagarasu's key, the only object we found at the crime scene was the knife.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da. Ba-dum-bum-ba-da. Ba-dum-bum-ba-da.
You don't seriously mean to say?
It appears that you finally caught up. And yes, I do mean to say that these two pieces are in fact one and the same.
But that's impossible.
Even if that is what you believe, we should still investigate this properly. Now then, let us examine this knife in a little more detail. It's the weapon that was used to kill Mr. Faraday. The handle and the blade itself both have beautiful designs worked into them.
Yeah, this is a beautiful knife.
Look, there's even a flower-shaped design in this gold section here. If this hadn't been used as a tool for murder, I'd want it for myself.
She seems to be drawn to the embellishments. Too bad this isn't mine to give.
It's a very, very well ornamented knife. For sure. Yes, sir.
I can't believe it turned into a key. To think there was such a trick to this thing.
So the weapon used to kill Mr. Faraday is actually the key that Yatagarasu stole.
Very interesting.
This piece of information is more critical than anything we've learned up till now.
Frankly, I'm shocked.
Mr. Faraday only mentioned the key aspect of this piece of evidence in his organizer. It's possible that even he had no idea the key was hiding a knife blade inside.
But if that's true, then only someone who knew about the key and the key to the knife trick could have killed Mr. Faraday.
Even among law enforcement, this key was top secret. We're looking for someone who knew even more about the key than even Mr. Faraday, meaning that the only person it could be is the one who set the key in the first place, the great thief Yatagarasu.
Then maybe Mr. Well really was the Yatagarasu, and he was the one who killed Mr. Faraday. Isn't that one possible scenario?
No, not really, especially since Mr. Faraday was absolutely convinced that Mr. Rel was not the Yatagarasu. Besides, as Detective Bad said earlier, but when we questioned Rel about what was sent along with the white card, Rel had no idea what it was.
Excuse me.
I see. Alright then, I guess the person who knows the trick behind this key is someone else, and that person is the real Yatagarasu.
It seems that this key is truly the key to solving this case.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
This gun was originally used to kill the Cadopian Embassy staff member. When the crime was reported, the responding police found Mr. Rel still holding it, which led to his immediate arrest.
And then this gun took the original shooter's life. How ironic.
Indeed. There doesn't seem to be anything else we can learn from this piece of evidence. That's odd. We're short one piece of evidence. And the piece that's missing is the surveillance video that was played in court.
Is a surveillance video? How could the piece of evidence just disappear? Where did it go?
The video showing the moment in which Mr. Rel committed the murder. Where could it have gone indeed?
Yeah, that seems like a pretty important piece of evidence.
Are you done with your inspection of the evidence?
Yes, I'm finished. However, Your Honor, I am missing a single piece of prosecutorial evidence.
Your Honor, were you derelict in your duties?
What? No, I dare not lick my duties. What do you take me for?
No, Your Honor. The most important piece of evidence in today's trial. The surveillance video is not amongst the evidence you laid out for me.
Excuse me. Excellent.
But I brought Mr. Faraday's whole bag with me from the crime scene. Maybe the tape is still somewhere at the crime scene?
There's something wrong here. Something about this missing piece of evidence. It would appear that for me to find the answers I seek, I will have to pay another visit to the scene of the crime, defendant lobby number 2.
September. September 10th, 6 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 2.
That's Detective Bad, but who is he with?
I've never seen that officer before.
So, did you find it? No, not yet, and I've looked everywhere. I see. Well then, please continue with the search. Understood. I'll continue the search. So you're the one running this show. Prosecutors like you shouldn't even be allowed at crime scenes.
How dare you? Just who do you think you are? What was that all about? And who was that man just now?
Whoever he was, I've never seen a more impudent officer in my life.
Does he even know that we're standing right here behind him?
Excuse me. I know you're standing right behind me. What do you want, kids?
It looks like you were paying attention after all.
Of course I was. Using the mirror to see behind him is pretty clever. Yeah, for sure, for sure. This old dog knows a few tricks, that's for certain. I have eyes in the back of my head.
Ah, so that mirror isn't for vanity's sake. It's for him to keep an eye out on who or what is behind him at all times. So tell me, Detective Bad, who was that rude man just now?
The guy came here from the Republic of Zhang Fa to study. He's Agent Ling. He's trying everything he can to revive the lost honor of his family. He's traveling the world to study different philosophies of detainment from scratch.
By visiting various police departments around the world, he has a lot of dedication.
He's still just a rookie cop, but I sense a strong grudge of some sort from him. This guy is more useful than Gumshoe, even if he is rude.
Well, he sure has lots of guts to come to this country and give prosecutors a hard time.
I agree. However, I can think of one young lady that statement also applies to. Anyway, what was that agent looking for, Detective Bad?
Earlier, that little girl was poking around in the lobby number 1 as well.
Like I said before, it's got nothing to do with the two of you.
I highly doubt that it has nothing to do with me. Fine. If this is the game I must play, then I will take this opportunity to draw out what he's been hiding and what happened in this room straight in front of him.
Oh no, let's try talking to him.
I suppose it's impossible to enter or exit through these windows thanks to these bars.
I suppose you're right.
True, but if the window is open, someone could theoretically still shoot through, right? Just saying, just saying.
Actually, that's not true. I bet a person of small stature could slip in. Franziska, would you care to help me test my theory? Drat. I must remember to be more tactful around the vertically challenged.
That's really funny because she's like literally 13 or something. Like, she'll get taller. It's okay. But I remember being that age too and being so pissed about being short. Why are we like this? People are weird.
Earlier you were in lobby number 1, and now you're here in lobby number 2. You're quite the busy man, Detective Bad.
Multiple returns to a crime scene brings about success. That's what we detectives say.
I see. In that case, you wouldn't mind if I asked about what happened again, correct?
I don't have anything left to say to you, boy.
Boy. You'll see. I will draw my answer from you one way or another.
Would it kill you to help us even a tiny bit in our investigation?
I gave Faraday's notebook to the judge earlier. That's help enough, don't you think?
Please, we are asking you for just a bit more of your cooperation.
Don't push me, kid.
I'd like to ask once again about what happened around here at the time of the crime.
I refuse to answer. Any more investigating you do would be a waste of time. Besides, how am I supposed to answer questions about things I don't know about?
Things you don't know about, but aren't you supposed to know everything?
He should. Wait, is it possible? Maybe he doesn't know about the trick behind that piece of evidence. I should try showing it to him. It may prove to be the key to getting some answers from Detective Bad.
Okay, either works. I'll just use this one then.
Detective Bad, did you know of the existence of the item in this photograph?
Of course I did. It's my job to know everything related to the Yatagarasu case.
In that case, let me ask you something. Did you know that the knife that killed Mr. Faraday and this Yatagarasu's key are one and the same?
What? That's impossible.
It looks like he didn't know after all.
And this piece of evidence, which we call the Yatagarasu's key, is actually a well-camouflaged knife. Mr. Faraday was planning to use this Yatagarasu's key to prove that Mr. Rel was not the real Yatagarasu. Isn't that correct?
I guess so.
Excuse me.
However, Mr. Faraday had no idea that it was in fact a knife.
Yeah, I have to admit, neither one of us knew that fact. And if neither of us knew, then no one in law enforcement knew either. How did we miss something as big as this?
I noticed that since a little while ago, you appear to be searching for something. I presume that this key is what you were searching for?
Yeah, that's right.
And why are you searching for it?
Because I promised Faraday. I promised that I'd protect that key with my life. But after he was killed, the key disappeared from Faraday's evidence bag. Who would have thought that the key is what took Faraday's life?
Detective Bad. So that we may find the truth, please testify for me once more.
All right. But it doesn't matter how many times I tell you about what happened. Nothing will change.
Oops.
Detective Bad, I ask that you please testify once more about what happened in lobby number 2 and what you experienced in lobby number 1.
My answer is still the same. And this is the last time I'm gonna do this.
Well, that's fine, because I only need one last time to clear everything up and find the truth behind this case.
Detective Bad's movements. I was in lobby number 1 talking with you. We were talking about some trivial things. I heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to reconvene. When we heard it, you and I immediately dashed out into the hallway together. I saw Gumshoe goofing around there. Then we all ran into lobby number 2.
It sounds like the exact same story as he told us before.
Indeed. However, I feel that we've yet to draw out all the information that we can.
I was in lobby number 1 talking with you.
Why did Miss Yu choose lobby number 1?
Answer me. Who knows? She just said that she had something she wanted to talk to me about. And we walked into lobby number 1 together. That's all.
Excuse me.
So his answer remains the same as before, I see.
We were talking about some trivial things.
I was hoping you could expand on exactly what you were discussing with Miss Yu.
Trivial stuff. It was nothing important.
That's for me to decide. All right, I suppose that's for him to decide. Moving on then.
Hilarious.
I heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to reconvene.
Until you heard the gunshot, did you notice anything else that was out of the ordinary?
I didn't hear any other strange sounds until that gunshot.
If the gunshot Detective Bad heard was really the one from the murder, that would give that other piece of evidence an entirely different meaning. I ask that you please amend your testimony with that statement just now.
Sure. I didn't hear any other strange sounds until that gunshot.
Okay.
Yeah, we got him.
Detective Bad, does this balloon fragment remind you of anything?
It's the same color as the one Kay was holding.
Oh, so you knew about that girl's balloon?
Yeah, I was sitting with her up in the gallery. During the recess, just before we split up, I filled that balloon up for her.
Oh, interesting. That was nice of you.
Well, as you may have already surmised, this piece did indeed come from Kay's balloon.
So, what about the balloon?
I wonder if you might remember hearing this balloon pop at some point.
What are you getting at?
This fragment was found in the hallway right in front of lobby number 2. Furthermore, it was the sound of this balloon popping that the judge mistook as a gunshot.
Oh? So the sound that the judge heard was not actually a gunshot, huh?
On top of that, His Honor said that he heard the balloon pop about 20 minutes before the trial was to reconvene.
Yes, which means that His Honor heard the balloon pop in the hallway. When you were in lobby number 1, Detective Bad, and if you were in lobby number 1 at that time, you were close enough that you should have heard the balloon popping as well.
So?
Don't give me a so.
They just proves that there's a flaw in your testimony.
The crackling of the truth is louder than the sound of your sweet naivete cracking. And since you kids don't seem to know, let me fill you in on something. Did you ever stop to think why the doors and walls of this place seem so rugged? That's because they were designed to keep secrets from being leaked.
What is that supposed to mean?
The doors and walls are super thick. The window panes are double layered. To top it all off, even the curtains are made of special sound absorbing material.
Then you mean...
Since I was shut inside lobby number 1, there was no way I could have heard that sound.
No.
I knew that was what he was gonna say.
So that means that Scuffface's testimony is completely useless. If the rooms are soundproof, then of course he couldn't hear any sign of struggle.
That's also why it's only natural that I didn't hear the balloon popping. Now do you get it, kids?
Miles, I thought we were supposed to be the ones finding flaws in his logic. Not the other way around.
The other way around. It's not possible to hear the sound of a balloon popping if one were in lobby number 1. However, if we examine the situation in reverse, a person standing in the hallway should not be able to hear a single real gunshot either. And yet Detective Gumshoe claims to have heard it while he was standing in the hallway. Detective Bad, if that is the case, how exactly did you hear the gunshots?
What do you mean, how? I just did.
It would appear that you have yet to realize the contradiction in your own words.
Oh, how so?
If the rooms are as soundproof as you say they are, then how did the sound of the gunshot enter your ears?
I see what you mean. I guess I'm more out of it from Faraday's murder than I thought.
Which means what exactly, Miles? In the end, what does it all boil down to?
It boils down to this. There must be a reason as to how Detective Bad and Gumshoe heard a gunshot they theoretically couldn't have.
It looks like we need to examine the state of the crime scene again, huh?
The state of the crime scene. Wait, can it be?
It's that ultra strong perfume you wear. She spilled some of it. Oh, right, I gotta click. There we go. Oh, way too noisy.
Is a surveillance video? Or could a piece of evidence just disappear? Where did it go?
And it's simply not possible for the killer to have escaped through barred windows, and yet the fragrance of the perfume managed to escape from defendant lobby number 1. Of course, incorporeal things can move freely through these open barred windows.
Yes, naturally.
Damn. Not exactly a shining example of the perfect line of logic.
Okay. Let me try one more way. Oh crap, which way did I do this first? Let's try it this way. Okay. Oh, I have to put something together. Okay. Huh. I don't think so, but maybe? What?
Now then, what else besides a smell can go both in and out of an open barred window? The answer is sound. So no matter how careful the killer was, if the windows were open, the jig would be up. And since the windows in both the defendant lobby number 1 and the hallway were open, that explains how the sound of a gunshot could be heard in both locations.
Hey.
The missing piece of evidence is a video. That shows the moment in which Mr. Rowell killed the embassy staff member. The sound of the gunshot left quite an impression on me when it was played during the trial. The video should have been returned to Mr. Faraday's evidence bag for recess and brought back here. If it disappeared after that time, then it's possible that the tape is still here in this room. Eureka! The evidence that the missing evidence created for me is the gunshot sound that no one should have been able to hear in the first place.
Miles, what have you been thinking about? Stop wasting time thinking and let's start looking again.
It's not a waste of time to think, for I have figured out where we should look.
And where would that be?
I believe we should examine the television.
The TV? Well, you kids have fun. Go ahead and examine whatever you like.
I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Earlier, when Detective Gumshoe touched this, it made a most terrible racket.
You mean Vince Coffey turns the television on, right?
Actually, come to think of it, I don't think Detective Gumshoe actually touched the television at all. Furthermore, it seemed more like when a video feed suddenly stops. At least it did to me.
I wonder why that is.
It's a video player, and there seems to be a videotape inside.
It looks like it. The tape must have stopped on its own when it reached the end.
This tape. Could it not be the missing surveillance tape?
I suppose, but...
Detective Bad, would it be alright with you if I verified the contents of this video?
Sure. Knock yourself out.
Alright, then let's rewind this and see what we have.
If I remember correctly, the footage of Rel killing the embassy staff member Should be about the 30-minute mark from the start of the tape.
Understood. This should be about right. Now then, let's see.
This is the footage of Mr. Roel shooting the embassy staff member.
I knew it. The missing piece of evidence. The surveillance video was here all along.
This sound. What's the meaning of this?
It appears that Detective Bad has figured out the true source of the gunshot he heard. With this, I think we can figure out the trick behind this double murder.
Do you mean that you figured it all out then?
Yes, all I have to do now is show what the gunshot Detectives Bad and Gumshoe heard was, and through where they heard it from.
Fine. In that case, show me what you've deduced.
Now to show what the gunshot Detective Bad and Gumshoe heard was, and through where they heard it from. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? If the door and windows to the crime scene, namely this room that we're in, were closed, the killer could have used the gun and no one would have been wiser.
That's true. This courthouse does seem to be well designed for such a thing, as it were.
However, what happened in reality was Detective Gumshoe, Detective Bad, and Miss Yu, all three of them heard the gunshots.
Well, the windows in lobby number 1 and number 2 and the hallway were open. So naturally the people in these locations could hear it.
Ah, but then, why would the criminal open the window in the first place?
To allow the gunshot to be heard, I suppose?
Correct. That's the only logical conclusion we can draw from this.
But why was that necessary in the first place? I want a real answer, Miles. I demand satisfaction.
Very well. I believe that the killer wanted to manipulate our perception of a certain fact. What was it the killer wanted to manipulate our perception of?
Probably the murder weapon. Let me save real quick. It's either when the crime took place or the murder weapon is my thoughts, though.
The killer wanted to manipulate our thoughts regarding the murder weapon.
Miles, we already know that the murder weapons are genuine. The forensic scientists have already proven that.
Yeah, that's right. My bad.
It would appear that I've made a miscalculation. However, the whole reason the killer left the window open was it not to mislead us on a particular fact? What was it the killer wanted to manipulate our perception of?
Wait. Okay. I thought I clicked the wrong one.
The killer wanted to fabricate the time of death of their precise wishes, and they used the gunshot in the surveillance video to do so.
There we go.
So that is why the tape was left running?
You mean the gunshot I heard was from this video?
Yes, which means that the murders really occurred at an earlier time than we thought. It must have been during the recess, but before Detective Gumshoe was on guard duty. Someone who has no alibi for that time period and planned this crime out in advance. That person is the real killer.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, what is it?
Miss Yu is asking for you. She's in the courtroom. She says that she's identified the murderer, but that she wants to clarify something.
It looks like Miss Yu is still investigating something.
Understood. Please tell her that I will be right over.
I'll come along. I want to hear what she has to say.
It would appear that the time has come to uncover the truth.
What? To be continued? Well, let's keep going. Though, to be continued is wild, in my opinion. Like, what? I can't believe this is still going. This has got to be the final Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. This has got to be the final section.
September 10th, 6:15 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Hey, what are you doing here?
Oh, hello, mister. I'm still investigating.
But the object you're looking for is already... Okay, don't mind him. Please continue with your investigation.
Okay, you got it.
Detective Bad, haven't we already found what you were looking for? If it means I can keep her in the dark just a little longer, any little task will do.
Oh, you're more sympathetic than I thought. I've been waiting for you, Edgeworth.
I've also been waiting for the moment in which we can finally lay this case to rest.
A moment in which we can finally lay this case to rest. Wasn't that when we placed Detective Gumshoe under arrest? I think we've more than solved this case already. Don't you? We'll see. It all depends on whether or not your logic holds. Oh, I see we even have a viewer in the gallery. And why, even Mr. Bad is here. A viewer in the gallery? I'm hardly just a bystander.
I have a duty to see this case through to the end, no matter how it turns out.
Oh, is that right? Anyway, I thought you might like to hear what I've slaved away to find out. I've taken statements on every single person's movements. During the time our suspect was in the hallway, I also confirmed that there is no possible route of escape from lobby number 2. Therefore, the killer must be, without a doubt, be Detective Gumshoe.
And that's all you have?
Yeah, that's all there is to my conclusion in this case.
Sorry, but I beg to differ. In a trial, there is always time for a rebuttal, and we are standing in a court of law. It'd be more than appropriate to follow the rules of court in this case, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely like a rookie to think such a thing. Alright, I'll play along and give you a proper testimony.
If my logic is correct, then I've already won. All I have to do now is prove it by showing who the real killer is. Ms. Yu's argument.
Everyone sans the suspect has an alibi for when the gun went off. Furthermore, the areas around the crime scene have all been thoroughly investigated, right? I also confirmed that there's no possible escape route from lobby number 2. Which leaves us with one unshakable conclusion that Detective Gumshoe is the killer. Now that you have your testimony, I expect a good rebuttal, Edgeworth.
But of course, there's no need to confront her logic head-on right now. I should instead focus on drawing out any trump cards she has up her sleeve.
Hold it!
The suspect? But I thought that Detective Gumshoe's alibi has already been proven.
Are you joking, Edgeworth?
I assure you, this is no joke.
Look, I know you heard from the judge earlier that the detective was in the hallway with Mr. Faraday's daughter eating a Swiss roll.
Yes, that is correct.
But see, that was 20 minutes before the real gunshot went off, right? And the problem is, there's no one who can corroborate what he did since the snacking.
I see she's done her research well. Which means that I should focus on drawing out whatever trump card she's withholding.
Hold it!
Whether they have been thoroughly investigated or not is for me to decide.
crunched eyebrows and lines on your forehead are back. Anyway, even if you believe it hasn't been exhaustive, the crime scene in lobby number 2 has no way out other than the hallway Detective Gumshoe was standing in. And because he claimed to be there, that makes him the only possible suspect.
But isn't it also possible that someone escaped through a window and into the garden?
That's the first place everybody looked, silly. The police aren't a bunch of lazy bums. Last case of investigations, I assume? Nah, we actually got one more after this. One more for investigations 1. And then we got investigations 2. Isn't that right, Mr. Bad?
Yeah. There wasn't a scrap of evidence to suggest someone used one of the windows.
Oh, this is one of those flashback cases. I still see young Edgy. Yeah, it is. It is. Oh, I think I missed that line of dialogue. One sec.
There also weren't any footprints or anything in the courtyard garden.
I suppose they really did check everything that could be relevant to the case.
Well, how are y'all? I'm doing all right. You know, today's a better day. But, yeah, hanging in there. It's Friday. I'm chilling, you know. How are you doing?
I suppose they really did check everything that could be relevant to the case.
Happy first of the month. Hope y'all are having a fantastic Friday and start of May. Yeah, you know, rent is paid, like all the important shit's taken care of, so can't complain about too much, you know? Make up it's the first of the month. I also confirmed that there's no possible escape route from lobby number 2.
Are you absolutely positive that there are no possible routes of escape?
Of course I'm sure.
And why are you so certain?
This is a courthouse, the place where criminals are brought to be judged. If there was an escape route, I'm sure every criminal would be using it to escape. It's just common sense. Miles Edgeverse, I suggest you use a bit more of it in the future.
You may think it's unshakable, but to me, there are still too many unanswered questions. For example, who was it that placed the gun in Mr. Faraday's hand?
You're the only one still wondering that. Detective Gumshoe probably had no idea which hand Faraday used to write with. Even if you know someone, it doesn't mean you'll know which hand they write with, right? It's a tradition to see the cows dancing every first of the month. I hope you know the meme. It's been around for a while. I don't, actually. I'm not sure, yeah. Yeah, that meme has missed me. Though I'm pretty unk, so it's not a surprise that I'm not the most up-to-date on all the memes. Oh, bet. I got you. One sec. Let me mute this so we don't have a cacophonous audio moment. What the fuck? Oh, that was really short, lol. This is super zoomer core. I love it. Well, thank you for sharing that. I definitely have not seen that before, but that's fire.
I'm not about to let her get a rise out of me with such a flippant statement.
Just so you know, every first of the month, cows will be dancing. All right, it sounds good. Damn, maybe I should bookmark that and like make it a scene so that we can, I'll play it the first of the month right before stream starts. Also, yeah, it's very Gen Z. I would know for sure. I love Gen Z humor though. Like I've always been a huge fan of absurdism, and Gen Z is very absurd in their humor, so I fuck with it.
I suppose we've really reached the end now. I already have my trump card ready. All that remains is to play it. But before I do, I think I should inquire into a little something about her argument. You said earlier that you confirmed the alibis of every person other than the suspect. However, I don't recall either Franziska or myself speaking with you about the subject.
But there were witnesses. For you, there's your mentor who gave you an alibi.
I see.
Gen Z humor is better than Gen Alpha, honestly. I might be biased because I'm Gen Z. I still can never understand the 6-7 shit. It was never funny, it's just obnoxious. Yeah, I think the unfortunate thing with a lot of Gen Alpha humor is that it's just like marketing from like the shittiest people. So like 6-7, right? It comes from a Digital Slots website. So it's literally just a marketing campaign from 6-7 Slots or something like that is the website. And then it went viral. It was a very effective marketing campaign. And so now all these little kids are walking around 6-7, and it's a reference to gambling. So yeah, it's Gen Alpha, at least right now, their humor's a little cooked, but they're also real young, so maybe they'll come around, you know? Because I'm gonna be real. I'm like right in the like middle of millennial and Zoomer. I'm like a 95 baby, so I'm like right on that bridge. And I don't like millennial humor. Like that shit cringes me the fuck out. And I grew up on it. But there was like, you know, as millennials got a little older, the humor got a little bit better, you know? And then internet humor, in my opinion, kind of peaked with Zoomers, but who knows? Maybe Alpha will come around. Guy who did that 6-7 did crypto right after it blew up. Yep, exactly. So it's straight up like scammers and grifters that are kind of setting the tone for Alpha's humor. Because, good lord, yeah, the media landscape that Gen Alpha is consuming is genuinely alarming. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the kids are not all right.
She came to the courthouse during recess.
95, yeah, that's literally the bridge between Millennial and Gen Z. Yeah, exactly. I think Gen Z starts in 97, but some others say 95 to 2010. For me, it's always been 97, 2012. Yeah, for sure. And my girlfriend was born in 97, so like we're both like right in that bridge. And I feel like I've always related to the like cultural output of Zoomers more. But obviously most Zoomers are a lot younger than me, so there's limits to how much I really relate to Zoomer culture. But as far as their cultural output, I relate more to Zoomers than Millennials.
Was stopped by a security guard at the door to the hallway. And she gave him quite a whipping for that, or so I heard. I am the daughter of Manfred von Kammer, and I will not be forcibly stopped by a guard or a bailiff or anyone else.
Wait, so basically the reason Franziska bothered to show up today was because she found out that I was to be the replacement prosecutor? By the way, Miss Yu, what about everyone's alibis before Detective Gumshoe was assigned to guard duty?
Not even a guy. That is literally some 12-year-old kid trying to be cool, probably. Yeah. I hate all the crypto stuff. It's genuinely just, it's awful. It's all brain rot. Yeah, I'm surprised that like it's still lurking, honestly. I kind of figured that the hype around the crypto grifting was over, but it still pops up. It's wild.
What about them?
Have you looked into what people were doing during that span of time?
What kind of idiot do you take me for? It doesn't matter when the killer went into lobby number 2. From the time we heard the gunshot to the time Mr. Bad and I arrived on the scene as we dashed from lobby number 1, the only person who could have committed the crime was Detective Gumshoe.
I don't think that's true. I think there's specifically one other person it could have been. And I think we're talking to her right now.
Yes, let's talk about when you and Detective Bad heard the gunshot, shall we?
You defense attorney? I am so used to playing Phoenix Wright and Apollo Justice. I forgot that this game you play as the prosecutor. Lol. Yeah. Excuse me. Those hiccups better not be starting again, I swear to God. That shit was vicious yesterday. I think we good. But yeah, it's fun getting to play as Edgeworth, honestly, because he doesn't usually get much screen time. But I really enjoyed his character before this game, so I'm loving getting to play so much as him.
I suppose that if we go by your logic, then Detective Gumshoe is the only one.
Did drinking 7 sips help yesterday? What happened yesterday? So I didn't count exactly how many sips, but I chugged like my whole water, and that did help. It was like at least 7, so I do think that helped, like big gulps. Yesterday, sometimes when I'm doing all the voices, I like compress my voice in certain ways, and it gives me a little bit of like gas, which is why I like randomly burp and have to like sometimes. Yesterday, that like gas buildup caused me to have just like the most vicious hiccups that would not go away. So I'm doing like all the voices and everyone's got fucking hiccups. It was honestly pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, then Kev said I should chug my drink, and well, he said 7 sips, and I slammed my drink, and then all was well after that.
I suppose that if we go by your logic, then Detective Gumshoe is the only one. However, what if the crime had occurred at an entirely different time than when that gunshot you heard went off? What then?
That's funny to imagine. I'm watching the VOD. I'm actually kind of concerned, low-key. No, you no need to be concerned. I'm all right. Mother's advice always helps after all. Ain't that the truth? Mother knows best, as they say. But yeah, it's weird because I really don't get hiccups often, but sometimes I'm doing like weird shit with my voice, and it just, yeah, it threw my diaphragm for a loop, I guess.
That gunshot was a trap meant to manipulate our perception of when the crime occurred.
Sadly, your explanation is very lacking, Edgeworth. The gunshot we heard in lobby number 1? Care to explain how that could have been fabricated? Absolutely. Here you go. That tape?
Yes, it's exactly what you think it is. This is the surveillance tape of Mr. Rell the prosecution presented in today's trial. This was found loaded into the video player in lobby number 2. That was connected to the large television that had its volume turned all the way up.
You can't honestly mean that the sound we heard was the gunshot in the video.
Ah, but I do, which leads me to my next point. The murders occurred much earlier than when anyone heard the gunshot.
Panic makeup. I need to look good when I get arrested. That's the only thing I can think of, too.
After committing double homicide, the killer took the surveillance video out from Mr. Faraday's evidence bag, turned the television's volume all the way up, and left the video to play. If played from the beginning, it would take 30 minutes for the gunshot sound to come on. And since we know that this method of time manipulation is possible...
Bad. What a last name, lol. I bet bro's name is like Guy Bad or something like that. Yeah, let me check actually. We could probably see. Let's see. Terrell Bad. Damn. His first name should have been Thicken. Who's that? Oh, that's Detective Thicken Bad. And since we know that this method of time manipulation was possible, first name should have been Guy Bad, Bad Guy. Yeah, kind of like, exactly, Kev, kind of like Dead Man. But I'm starting to think he might not be such a bad guy. You know, in the words of Wreck-It Ralph, was it Wreck-It? It wasn't Wreck-It Ralph, it was like Satan or something, but like, just because you're a bad guy doesn't mean you're a bad guy.
And
Oh yes, we read the line like 3 times now.
it opens up the possibility that the killer is someone other than Detective Gumshoe.
I think it is from Wreck-It Ralph. Yeah. I was trying to remember the character who said it. I think it's because he's in the support group, and I think it's the either Satan or the villain from Street Fighter, the Russian dude. Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Satan. Man, I love Wreck-It Ralph. That was such a good movie. The second one, wasn't feeling it. Felt a bit like slop, if I'm honest. But the first Wreck-It Ralph, so good, so good. Back when Disney had some creativity in their veins, you know what I'm saying?
Objection!
It opens up the possibility that the killer is someone other than Detective Gumshoe.
Sounds from a television doesn't amount to much here. But of course, Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth and Little Miss Von Karma already knew that much from the very beginning, right? Of course we knew. Didn't we, Miles? Oh shit, here come the ads. Fuck. I'll see you in a little bit.
Yes, of course. We know about the soundproof quality of this courthouse's rooms.
Yeah. I think I missed the advising on that too. We have no problem with that though. Me and Kev are subbed after all. That's true. You guys are legends like that.
Of course, I'm not about to admit we had no idea until only a little while ago.
That's right. And if the rooms are soundproof, then we should not have been able to hear it. 2 Kevin subbed. That's right. I have the power of Kev squared behind me. Nothing can stop me. Once we get Kev cubed, world better look out. And yet we heard the gunshot clear as day.
And
That's it. End of story. Low-key, I think someone did it for me because I'm broke ass these days. Yeah, no, it was they haven't come through in a little bit, but it was somebody who came through and subbed up. I'm blanking on their name. I feel kind of bad that I don't remember actually, but I would recognize it if I saw them pop up for sure. But yeah, they came and they gifted like 10 subs. It was so sick. They were awesome. Made my day. So, y'all, everyone who watches regularly got a sub, and then like a bunch of randoms also got subs. So, maybe it brought some new people to the channel for all we know. And that's it. End of story. Notification shows the name of who subbed. The person's name is Fishbone Gold. Yes, Fishbone. That's right. Yes. Thank you for that.
but it's not. How should I explain why she was able to hear a gunshot from a soundproof room?
There was a hole in the wall.
How could you not notice the glory hole between the doors? There is actually one common point between lobby number 1 and lobby number 2. And that is, despite the fact that both rooms have air conditioners installed, a window was open in each. Now, we know that the window in lobby number 2 was opened by the killer. However, a window in lobby number 1 was also opened.
It's probably just a coincidence that they were both open at the time. Sub is ending soon, though. We got it on April 9th. Got to make the most of no ads for these next 9 days. Expiring May 9th. Yeah, enjoy it while it lasts. If I had infinite money, I would just gift subs to all the regulars so you didn't have to see them. The ads do suck, but I ain't got it like that. Maybe someday, you know? That'd be sick if, like, the channel ended up making enough money that I could just, like, give people ads or ad subs. That'd be tight, because I'm not doing this for the money. Twitch just runs the ads because I have to. I use ad block, so I barely saw them anyway. Hell yeah, Kev. That's what's up. Because, like, honestly, if they allowed me to, I would just not run them, because I feel like it's just a barrier between people, like, and, like, enjoying my channel. Because, like, this is a high viewership day right now. We got 4 of y'all here. And, hey, that's what I use too, Origins ad block. But, you know, like 4 is like a high viewership. Like this is a nobody channel. Like I don't need to be running ads. I'm just trying to kick it with people. But I switched to the affiliate because I thought it would give me more discoverability, and I don't know if I can go back, but it does give me a lot of like options, which is cool. What made me start streaming? Curious. I was just I'm very kind of isolated, honestly. I reached the point in life that I had to kind of leave everything and everyone behind. It's just for my own well-being, and I had to, you know, I lost a lot in that, especially relationships, and streaming was just kind of a way for me to try to find community of my own, and I'm still kind of working towards that. I just want to have fun gaming, doing things that I like and find interesting, and the hope is that I find more people who find those things interesting as well. And, you know, honestly, so far so good. We got y'all here, and that's sick. Oh, that got so more serious than I imagined. Happy to hear that streaming is helping it, though. Yeah. It's, yeah, you know, life is funny like that. Things that maybe seem a little innocuous can sometimes be pretty deep. And there's a lot of beauty in that, too. You know, like, it reminds you to never overlook the simple things because we never know the depth that they could hold. But, yeah, Failed Robot, maybe. I don't, yeah, Failed Robot might be here. She might be watching right now. She might be busy. Why did I kind of hear you breaking down? I kind of expected you to burst into tears. It's been a tough life, you know, man. But I also have it better than some people. I've had it worse than others. And I try to just lately just focus on being happy day to day, you know? At the end of the day, all I really want is just to be happy and to share that happiness with people that I care about. Because, yeah, like, exactly. Life is meant to be taken easy, you know? Exactly. Like, we only get to do this thing one time, and I want to spend it focusing on being creatively fulfilled and investing in people I care about and building community that looks out for each other. Low-key, this is sad. I can kind of hear you about to cry. Hey, you know, shit happens. But that's life, you know? And it keeps going, and it doesn't stop. And you can let yourself be crushed by it, which I certainly spent a lot of time doing, and that wasn't productive. That just made everything worse. And I'm tired of falling behind, so I'm just trying to, you know, get out there and find my place in the world. Maybe I'll succeed, maybe I won't, but shit, at least I'll be able to say I really damn tried. So, it's cool. You's just shaking in the background. She's mocking my pain. How dare she?
Objection!
Holding her laughter more like, yeah. She's a bully. Oh my God.
It was no mere coincidence, I assure you. Why was the window open in lobby number 1? The answer is that a certain person did something to cause the window to be opened. And the person who triggered that action, that person is the real guilty party. The real killer in this double murder it's gotta be you. I really genuinely can't think of anyone else. You, I'm watching you stream. Why you try not to laugh, bro? That's disrespectful as shit, bro. Yeah. She rude as hell. What the fuck, you? Gotta be you. Yeah. It reminds me of Rush Hour. I'm sure you probably know the bit I'm referring to. Miss Callisto Yu, I hereby formally indict you of the murder of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rel.
What? You indict me? Are you serious, Miles? Why do you think that she is the killer?
I don't understand her motive just yet.
Oh my God. I've been trying to figure out her pun name for so long. That's a good one. That's a really good one. Damn, callous to you. Yeah, I think you nailed that. That's so good. Her pun name is a bit deeper than that, but I can't say. Fair enough, fair enough. I'm sure we'll get to it soon.
But of course, I'm serious. Because she is the only one who could have done it. Well, Miss Yu, do you still feel like laughing now?
Of course I do, Edgeworth.
My argument must not be tight enough yet.
Although I never thought things would spiral into this. But I'll have you know, I'm enjoying this dance quite a bit. I guess this means it's time for my own rebuttal now, right? Just nervously sweating bullets and doing her makeup. Oh, yeah. For sure, for sure. Nothing suspicious at all about that. You argue that the window was opened. However, do you have proof that it was I who did that? Furthermore, do you have proof that the tape was used in committing the crime? Frankly, I'm shocked at you for going around accusing people of murder like this. Low-key ashamed because she's a chill character. Yes, I agree. I'm really bummed. As it was dawning on me that it could only be her, I was like, but she's such a vibe. Especially with logic as full of holes as yours.
This is where it really starts. I mustn't let my guard down for even a second or the truth will blow away. Now is the time to put the patented Von Karma perfect proof to the test.
Miss Yu's rebuttal. This song is so hype. I love this track.
Evidence? All I'd need to do is have some prints analyzed and we'd know straight away.
Be my guest.
She sounds as though she has the room to maneuver, which means even if we were able to lift prints, they'd only show that it was someone else. But why that someone else was forced to open the window? That's simple logic. Why don't I try presenting that piece of evidence? I have nothing to lose.
What's wrong? The scrunched eyebrows on your forehead are back. More importantly, are you going to be okay not running fingerprint analysis?
Yes, I'll be fine.
Oh, well, in that case, I'll just continue with my testimony, all right? Furthermore, do you have any proof that the tape was used in committing the crime?
I thought I'd just prove that it was.
Sure, you proved that the tape was there at the scene of the crime. However, that doesn't prove that it was actually used in said crime.
Unfortunately for you, Miss Yu, the fact that the tape was there at the crime scene is in itself very important.
How so?
By the very existence of that tape at the crime scene, it proves the possibility that the when of the crime could have been fabricated. And that possibility alone renders all alibis and witness reports irrelevant. Basically, it means that we will need to re-examine every person's movements again. Whether the tape was used in the crime or not, that we can reevaluate afterwards.
So in conclusion, you're admitting that you can't prove it was at this point. Unfortunately for you, Miss Yu, you sounds too much like you. Yeah, it really does. That's why I was saying, like, it reminds me of that bit from Rush Hour. Who is you? I am you. No, I'm me. Who are you? I am you. Frankly, I'm shocked at you for going around accusing people of murder like this.
And even if you're shocked,
he is me and I'm you. That's it. Yes, that's the one. I've seen that clip too. Yeah, classic. Oh, man.
Even if you're shocked, that is of no concern to me. I do things my own way.
I was such a big martial arts head. Like, I love good kung fu movies. And, like, Jackie Chan was so good. Like, no one has really nailed that style of fight choreography that uses the environment the way he does, quite like he pulls off. I think John Wick, honestly, is probably the closest I've seen someone come to that. And I can't remember who is it Garland that did that? I can't remember. But man, I love when kung fu movies and like fight scenes use the environment like that. Karate Kid is a damn classic. Have you seen Cobra Kai? I love Karate Kid. I love both versions also. I don't even know if that's controversial or not, but both versions are fun. And I've not seen Cobra Kai actually. That came out when I was no longer, like, I didn't have Netflix or a lot of streaming, and so it became one of those shows that like I always meant to circle back to, but just never do, and I always forget about it. But maybe I'll have to check it out, because I always see people talking about it and praising it, even still today.
Even if you're shocked, that is of no concern to me. I do things my own way.
Oh? I also really like the old Jet Li movies. Like Unbreakable is fucking awesome. That's a great movie.
I see that you're not laughing for a change.
I know exactly what you mean by the two Karate Kids. Yeah. People really like to dump on the Jaden Smith one, but honestly, like, it's kind of a vibe. It was a fun movie. The Daniel LaRusso movies and the Jaden Smith movie. Bingo. Exactly. Although the most recent, the third one that came out, that was trash. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Because I'm shocked.
Again, you being shocked is of no concern to me. Let us continue with the testimony.
Ace Attorney nays be like Anonymous. Oh lol, names. Yeah, for real. I was like, nays?
All right, but let me just say one thing. You shouldn't go around accusing people. Especially with logic as full of holes as yours.
The only problem with Jaden's Karate Kid is the major flaw. Why is the movie Karate Kid talking about Kung Fu? Yeah, that's some silly shit. I ain't gonna lie. That's some silly shit, for sure.
Full of holes? Well, I suppose it might be.
Oh? Admitting to your faults now, are we?
At this point in time is what I meant to say.
Should I take that to mean you're just a sore loser?
No matter how full of holes my logic may be right now, if I plug them one at a time.
And why is it mostly based around China and not Japan, the place karate is from? Right, like, if they wanted to make it about Kung Fu, make it about Kung Fu. I think people would have still accepted and understood it as a remake of Karate Kid if they called it Kung Fu Kid, you know? But like, it is a weird choice. They made some weird choices with that. Besides that, the 2010 Karate Kid was a vibe. I like Jackie Chan a lot. Yeah, for sure. And I really like Jaden's arc in that. Like, honestly, the whole like emotional resonance of him being bullied and trying to find belonging, the elements of like classism and otherness that were brought throughout the story, like, were really good. Genuinely, like, I feel like those elements in a lot of ways gave the story a little more meat on the bones than the original Karate Kid had. Not that I'm saying it's better or one is better than the other. I just think that it took a very different angle than the first one, and I think that it really benefited from that. And I'm a big fan of like when remakes change things. I think that that's the best way to do a remake, is like you want it to feel at its core the same thing, but make it new, make it modern, make it fresh, you know? I still kind of quote the thing Jaden said there when the Wujib fan thing. Too much of something is not good. Yeah, for sure. Too much of a good thing can be bad. There's wisdom in that, you know? All things require moderation, because even what is beneficial could be harmful. There's an old quote, I think it's from the Bible, but it's also kind of pop culture popularized through Assassin's Creed. And it says, everything is permissible, but not everything is beneficial. And it's, you know, the same idea that, like, you know, sure, you could do whatever you want, but it's up to you to moderate and make sure that you're not allowing it to become harmful to yourself. So yeah, that's a banger line from that movie, for sure.
I will ultimately make my way to the truth.
Also, it's kind of if you watch American movies, it's wild how much Christianity is like interwoven into it. It's wild. Thanks, NSK. Cheers to you. Stay hydrated, folks.
I will ultimately make my way to the truth.
What a paradox. Take care not to fall into one of those holes before you fill it up. Miles, you remember, don't you? About why a window in lobby number 1 was opened?
Yes, of course I do. And that's how I'll attack. I'll present the reason why the window had to be opened.
Okay, yeah, so this is definitely the one we presented on.
I'm sure you've seen this before, haven't you, Miss Yu?
Edgeworth, I never knew you were into wearing that kind of perfume. It's not exactly what I'd recommend for boys, you know.
This isn't mine.
That's right, it's mine. And I've received it from Detective Bad, you see.
Miss Yu, you can pretend all you like, but we know at least this much for sure. That you are the one who gave this bottle of perfume to Detective Bad.
That you're super easy to rile up. So, what about the perfume? Miss you. Maybe. I could see that.
While you were in lobby number 1, you made a big show of spilling some of this perfume.
Excuse me.
That's according to Detective Bad.
Oh, I know.
You also knew that if you spilled it, he would naturally move to open a window.
Objection.
Come on now. I've already told you that's all just a big coincidence. After we opened the window in lobby number 1, I just left it open, you know? So maybe it was just dumb luck that we heard the gunshot through the window.
The timing of when you were going to spill the perfume is something you could control. And the most important fact about this case is when people were made to hear the shots. Furthermore, it would have been pointless if you didn't have an alibi for yourself at the time.
You mean?
Miss Yu, you were the one who called Detective Bad into lobby number 1. When you saw him bring Detective Gumshoe into the hallway, is that correct? All of today's premeditated events could only have been thought up by you, Miss Yu.
You accuse me of murder on the fact I spilled a little perfume? Well, allow me to say this much. I couldn't have killed Mr. Faraday.
Would you care to testify as to why?
Look, I've had a lot of fun today, really. But I grow weary of this game of cat and mouse. Let's make this the last testimony and wrap this absurd case up once and for all.
Here we go. Final showdown.
Why it couldn't be me. Accusing someone of murder over a spilled bottle of perfume is a bit over the top. But I suppose forgery of evidence is to be expected of a disciple of Von Karma. In any case, it simply could not have been me who killed Mr. Faraday. After all, I don't even know where the knife that was used to kill him came from. Miles, her testimony is flawless.
Yes, but no matter what sort of trick she may try to pull, she won't escape me. And if I'm lacking in information, I'll just draw it out of her.
It wasn't me. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Hold it.
I think I already explained the significance of that earlier.
You only confirmed that I did spill some perfume, but that's all. I should mention, Callisto could also be from the Greek myth, derived from the Greek word Kallista, meaning most beautiful, referencing her constant application of makeup. Ah, very interesting. Thank you for sharing, Kev. Yeah, I could definitely see that. That's very interesting.
that you would accuse me of murder based on a simple spill. Don't you dare complain when I sue you for defamation of character.
Do as you like, but as for me, I believe...
You believe?
I believe that you are the true culprit in this case.
Oh my, you're enthusiastic. Of course I should have guessed. But I suppose forgery of evidence is to be expected of a disciple of Von Karma.
I formally request that you desist in your attack against my mentor.
Yeah, so we'll sue you for defamation. All I'm doing is telling the truth. Well, maybe more like spreading gossip. Although your adamant denials are, shall we say, just adding fuel to the fire.
How dare you?
Say such a thing.
Calm down, little girl. Don't let her get to you.
Aw, why did you have to ruin my fun? Well, shall I continue? In any case, it simply could not have been me who killed Mr. Faraday.
And why exactly could you not have killed him?
I was just about to testify to that. You're such an impatient man. I'm not really into that, you know, Edgeworth.
Your preferences have no bearing on what is at hand.
Feeling a little uncomfortable, are we?
Objection!
Monsieur, je will desist in this tomfoolery and return to your testimony. And Miles, if you're going to lose your cool, then I won't show you any mercy.
Sorry. Miss Yu, please continue with your testimony.
Speech 100. Sure. As I was saying, I couldn't have possibly killed Mr. Faraday. After all, I don't even know where the knife was that was used to kill him came from.
At this rate, she will inevitably escape. But if she really was the one who killed Mr. Faraday, then she must have known about the existence of the knife.
Right.
I'm sorry, Miss Yu. Maybe you weren't aware. However, the knife that was used to kill Mr. Faraday was taken from his evidence bag.
Miles, what do you think you're doing?
I'm drawing the truth out of her. That's what I'm doing.
Huh? But I don't recall a knife being presented at the trial earlier today.
Well, I suppose that's because the evidence was something Mr. Faraday had yet to use.
So that's what you're trying to do. Look, why don't you cut it out with the lies? I've already figured you out. There was no knife inside Mr. Faraday's evidence bag. The only evidence he had yet to present was the key that Yatagarasu had sent. And unless a key can magically turn into a knife, you really don't have a leg to stand on. Did you really just think you could trap me? Come on now, be honest.
I never intended to do such a thing. It was all a misunderstanding on my part. In any case, I wonder if you might append what you just said to your testimony.
Sure, why not? I'll even say it as many times as you'd like. There was a key in his evidence bag, but you can't kill anyone with a simple key.
Miss Yu, I would like to just confirm something with you one more time.
Oh, about what's going to happen to Detective Gumshoe after this?
I don't need to ask you about that, because he isn't the killer.
Looks like the number of wrinkles on your forehead have increased yet again.
That issue aside, Miss Yu, I'd like to ask you about what's inside the bag.
What's in the bag?
You are sure it was the Yatagarasu's key, correct?
Yes, I'm sure. Which is why I'm completely baffled as to where that knife could have come from.
I think I've just spotted the road to a perfect victory. Finally, it would appear that you have revealed your true identity, Miss Yu.
And Miles, a final statement.
Yes, I know. All I have to do now is present the evidence. But what is this ominous feeling that I can't shake?
Okay, there was a key in the bag, but you can't kill anyone with a simple key. Present.
Objection!
Miss Yu, I wonder if you might take a look at this photo for me. This is a picture of the key the Yatagarasu sent to the police. However, while it may look like a key at first glance, it in fact has the secret ability to transform into a knife. Which means that what was inside Mr. Faraday's bag was both the Yatagarasu's key and the murderous knife. You knew that the key was inside Mr. Faraday's bag, did you not?
Excuse me.
Yes.
Well, with the Yatagarasu's key alone, it's more than possible to kill Mr. Faraday. Do you understand now? Oh. Just knowing of the existence of the Yatagarasu's key,
I still haven't had a good look at it. Showing it to me from that far away, you could be lying for all I know.
you would, even now, still feign ignorance.
I'm not feigning anything. We can't have you accusing me of a crime with false evidence, now can we? I mean, Mr. Von Karma, I've heard some very interesting rumors about him. Are you mocking my papa?
Don't you dare sully the good name of my mentor. He can do that himself, thank you very much. Now take a good look. This piece of evidence is more than real.
Wow, who knew there was such a trick to this thing?
Are you satisfied now? But of course, you knew from the very beginning, didn't you? You knew that the knife and the Yatagarasu's key are one and the same. Otherwise, someone like you who isn't a member of law enforcement and who would never have been privy to this trick would have never known about it to begin with. Furthermore, the something that the Yatagarasu sent to the police. How did you have knowledge as to what it was?
Actually, I heard it from Mr. Faraday. Just before he dragged Mr. Rel off, he told me. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot. He also told me about the key turning into a knife at that time. But he didn't tell me about how the key actually transforms.
What you are saying is simply not possible.
Oh, and why not?
Because Mr. Faraday himself didn't know about the hidden knife within the key. For within these pages, he mentions nothing about a knife.
I'm not sure he would have written everything in his organizer, you know? Wouldn't something of this importance be better left to oral communication?
Unfortunately, that is also impossible. Because Detective Bad didn't know about the knife aspect either. What would have been highly classified information even within the police force, and is something that even the lead detective on the case didn't know. Why would Mr. Faraday have felt the need to share such information with the opposition?
Yeah, I guess he wouldn't have much of a reason to. Well, looks like I gave a pretty lame excuse, huh?
How can you laugh at a time like this?
She probably just realized the flaw in her logic and is actually in a panic over it. But that's not something we need to concern ourselves with.
I suppose you're right. Ms. Yu, I'd like to state that I also know how you know the real nature of this knife.
Do you now? Well, why don't you put your money where your mouth is and show me?
Oh, I will, and I'll wipe that smile off your face by the time we're through. This is it. The moment of truth. The secret behind the Yatagarasu's key. Only one person would have had knowledge of it from the get-go. Who would know from the start that the Yatagarasu's key could change into a knife?
I feel like it's The Yatagarasu, right? So is she the Yatagarasu?
Take that!
There is only one person who would have known about the dual nature of the key.
And that is?
And that is the person who sent the Yatagarasu's key to the police. That is to say, the Yatagarasu herself.
Are you saying that this lawyer is the great thief Yatagarasu?
Miss Yu, you used Mr. Rel to lure Mr. Faraday into a trap, didn't you? You, who profess to bear a grudge against criminals, why? Why do something like this?
Oh, who would have thought? You! A stupid rookie prosecutor would see through me. You're sending the biggest chill down my spine right now, Edgeworth. Oh, this feeling of thrill. It's even greater than when I sneak into some place.
Just losing her shit right now. Yeah, for real. For real. You killed Faraday. Why? Answer me, Callisto Yu.
Callisto Yu. Huh. That's not my real name. Because my real identity is, yes, the great thief Yatagarasu. Let me tell you something, Edgeworth.
I was low-key lurking and I kind of flinched at the hysterical laugh. Oh, damn. I guess that means I did a good job. My bad, though. Didn't mean to startle you.
Let me tell you something, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Faraday was one difficult man to deal with. For you see, he had discovered my true identity, which is why I had to erase him from the world of law. I made Rel an offer, an acquittal for a little favor in return. All he had to do was accuse Mr. Faraday of being the Yatagarasu in court.
I thought it was you, low-key. I thought something was funny, but it was freaking you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Faked you out.
Once we entered the recess, Rel was dragged off by Mr. Faraday, which threw my plan into a complete mess. I chased after them and then eavesdropped on him through a crack in the door. That Rel caves to only two things: money and authority, just as all thugs do.
A yew is a tree/shrub of the genus Taxus. They contain highly poisonous alkaloids called taxanes, probably referencing her deadly nature. Her first name is a harmless butterfly, but the latter is a deadly poisonous tree. Also, yew is symbolized by death and immortality too. Ah, very complex character and a complex name to suit. That's cool. There's a certainly a intense duality within her character. So that's a really good. I already liked the name, but like, damn, that's a fucking banger of a name. That might be one of the best names in the whole series so far, if not the best.
I feared my plan was going to be ruined if Mr. Faraday held on to Rel any longer. Plus, if I had to let them continue on the way they were, I would have been found out. That's why I had no choice. I had to kill them both.
But didn't you say that you despised criminals?
But do I really?
You. Have you forgotten about the KG-8 incident too?
Maybe. What sort of woman would...
So then, was it your plan to kill Mr. Faraday with the very evidence that you sent?
Well, I had a good idea of what Mr. Faraday was going to do. I anticipated that Mr. Faraday was going to prove that Rel wasn't the real Yatagarasu. using this Yatagarasu's key as evidence and that he would bring it in with him. Which is why I thought to use the knife portion. With a weapon as well disguised as this, no one would be the wiser. Because who in their right mind would think something like this could be a weapon? I casually entered lobby number 2 on the pretext that I had to talk to Mr. Faraday. In order to get in with him, I pretended to be worried about something. He then let me hold the Yatagarasu's key just like that. He never noticed that I had changed the key into a knife inside the plastic bag. And he didn't have a chance to take note of the knife that took his life.
How could you kill him?
I knew him for a long time, you know. At the very least, I thought to give him a quick and painless death.
But if you killed Mr. Faraday first, there was no need for you to kill Mr. Rel as well.
I believe I mentioned why when we were placing Detective Gumshoe under arrest. Something about having accidentally created an eyewitness. And how that led the killer to think about setting them up as though they'd kill each other.
And then the trick with the surveillance tape.
Yes, I hadn't actually planned to use a gun. The risk was too high that I'd be caught. However, that's when I remembered the existence of the surveillance tape, which is why I had Rel help me set up the crime scene. And after all was said and done, I rewarded him for all his hard work with a bullet.
You're a defense attorney, aren't you? How could you? How could you betray a client?
Clients? If you want to talk about who was a client of who's first, it was me. I was the client in the murder of the Cadopian Embassy staff member, Deadman.
You ordered a hit job?
You still haven't figured it out, Mr. Bad. I had Deadman killed because he was about to give away the info about the smuggling ring. Now, who exactly do you think would benefit from such an assassination?
It can't be. You're...
That's right. I'm a member of the smuggling ring.
What?
How could this?
You don't mean you're working with Manny Cochin too, do you?
Maybe. Maybe not. Guess you'll never know. Says Yatagarasu claims to be noble, but you're just another cold-blooded murderer. That's right, little girl. The Yatagarasu is just another killer.
Be quiet, you.
Yatagarasu. You can run from the law, but you'll never escape it. So just humbly accept the judgment of this court.
Hey, Edgeworth. Did you know the Yatagarasu has 3 legs? Do you know why that is? No? Well, let me tell you. It means that the Yatagarasu has more than one razor-sharp way to do her work.
Oh, shit.
You really are too naive, Edgeworth. You even handed the Yatagarasu's key right to me without a second thought. Everything may not have gone according to plan, but I'll still gladly take it.
You mean, the key was your real target?
And even after I gave you such great advice. Didn't I tell you to always keep a good eye on the criminal? Or you may regret what comes of your negligence.
You two, get down.
My body. I can't move.
Hey, mister, to your right!
You!
Damn. Are you all right, Francisca?
I am perfectly fine, Miles.
Her voice is shaking, but it looks like she's unharmed. Where did Kay go?
Oh, shit.
That's a gunshot.
I mean, we know it's probably not Kay who got shot, but someone probably got shot.
September 10th, 7 p.m., District Court, courtroom number 3. Uh-oh. Sorry, but it looks like she got away. I called the precinct. They should have a perimeter set up soon. Detective Bad, are you all right? I heard a gunshot. I'm okay. Just got another hole in my jacket.
Sweating bullets. I would never take that jacket off ever. I don't know if it's bad luck that I get shot at so much in it, but the fact that it ain't ever hit anything but the jacket, I'm keeping that shit on. God damn.
He may say he's fine, but he looks quite shaken.
Yeah, I don't think you could ever get used to getting shot at.
But more importantly, boy, I mean, Mr. Edgeworth, Ms. Von Karma, are you two hurt?
Hey, we finally got his respect. Let's go.
I am absolutely fine.
I'm also all right, thanks to Kay. Speaking of Kay, where is she? I don't know. She just sort of disappeared. I'll go look for her. Oh, and hey, Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir. Detective Bad, sir.
I'm sorry I doubted you.
Don't worry, sir. It's not your fault. I lied to you guys too, after all.
I heard about what happened from Kay. Lying while giving testimony is still unforgivable. But in this case, you were protecting Kay and her feelings. Looks like you just might have what it takes to be a real detective.
Hey.
Now, don't you ever lose that detective spirit, okay?
You got it, Pops.
Pops, I've watched one too many detective dramas recently, have we?
Way to single-handedly destroy the cheery atmosphere with one snarky comment. I should get back to the investigation. I swear, I'll catch you if it's the last thing I do. Be careful, Detective Bad, and take care. Thanks. Well, I'm off. Maybe we'll run into each other again someday.
Hell yeah. Thanks a bunch, pal. You're the best. You really did find out the truth behind everything.
Yes, well, I'm glad we solved everything before you were taken to prison.
What's up, Judge?
I can't believe how much trouble I caused you with my testimony, Detective Gumshoe.
There's no problem, really. I mean, I lied too, so I didn't help anything. It's really not your fault, Your Honor.
Well, even if we didn't have his honest testimony, I think that lawyer would have found another way to get you convicted on her behalf.
Yeah, I can't believe I was about to get fired during my first week as a detective. I knew he was green. I didn't realize it's his first week. Bro.
Well, so long as you're not fired, you should work hard, give all that you have, and perform your duties well. Oh, and one more thing. Kay left a present for you with me.
She did? Oh, what is it?
What was it that Kay left for me? The proof of their friendship.
Thinking of it this way, he did meet his best bro during his first week too. You got a point, you know? You got to take the bad with the good. That's what I was saying earlier, you know? It's a courthouse special Swiss roll. Can I really have it?
Yes, it's a present meant for you after all.
Thanks a bunch. You have no idea how happy this makes me, pal. I'm gonna eat this right now.
Sure, go ahead. The Swiss rolls Detective Gumshoe and Kay bought together. While the one Kay saved never reached her father, it would appear that her sentiments have touched the heart of this detective.
He's so happy, it's as though he's having a welcome back celebration of his own.
Well, I was asked by Kay to give it to him.
Whoa, that was good, pal.
I can't believe I got to eat 2 of these delicious things in one day. It's like I'm in Swiss roll paradise or something. I gotta thank Kay myself. Hey, wait, where is she?
He only just now noticed? Was his mind not present when we discussed her earlier? Detective Brad left to go search for her earlier. Maybe you should go join him.
Yeah, you betcha, pal. I'm gonna go help him. Oh, well, but first, you know what, pal? Actually, I guess I shouldn't be so rude to you anymore, huh? I'm gonna stick right by your side from now on, Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
I sense nothing but a most troublesome relationship from that ominous statement.
We should go home too, Miles. We have to hurry and report what has happened to Papa.
Agreed. Well, I'm afraid we must be going now, Detective.
And that's how Edgeworth got his second boyfriend. Yes, the polycule emerges. Or I guess it's more of a thruple than a polycule.
I'll be counting on you. The scent of trouble is definitely in the air. Thus, like a bad dream, my first outing at court came to a disturbing end. A few months later, I was finally able to properly stand in court as a prosecutor. But the detective in charge of the investigation was, as I dreaded, Detective Gumshoe. After that, he became my direct subordinate. I have tried, but words failed to describe the immeasurable suffering he has caused me. But I suppose that's just how things are. As for the little girl who suddenly disappeared, she's now...
So, do you remember now?
Yes, I remember everything. Kay, it's been a while.
Kay, you sure grew up a lot.
Of course. But thank goodness. I thought you two had totally forgotten about me.
You know, I was really worried about you after all that. Where have you been all this time?
Gummy, I didn't know you cared. After my father died, I went to go live with my mother's relatives. I lived really far away, so I wasn't really able to come back here all that much.
Oh, is that what happened? Well, I'm just glad you're all right.
So, does it all make sense now?
You betcha it does.
Oh, you know what? I was going through my father's bookshelves recently, and...
Actually, there are still a number of things that don't make much sense, Kay.
Huh?
First of all, why did you come all this way to see me? And second, why are you calling yourself the Yatagarasu? The Yatagarasu is Callisto Yu, the woman who killed your father.
No, you're wrong. The real Yatagarasu was my father.
Okay, I had a feeling. I remember I called that earlier, and then they faked me out there at the end real good. I'm not gonna lie. That makes so much more sense. So why did Kay claim to be the... Or, not Kay. Why did Callisto claim to be the Yatagarasu? Interesting.
Mr. Faraday was the Yatagarasu?
Like I said, I was going through my father's bookshelf recently, and I found a secret diary hidden among his books. I have no regrets in choosing to walk the path of the Yatagarasu. It was written in his diary, and that's how I know for sure.
But that's impossible.
What's with the look? You don't believe me?
It wasn't just the expression on my face. I clearly said it was impossible just now.
Alright then, how do you explain this?
It's a way of disarming any security system of the user's choosing.
Yep, that's Little Thief. Truth be told, this is the Yatagarasu's greatest secret. And this little gizmo was used by my father.
Wow, Mr. Faraday wasn't just a great prosecutor. He was a really great thief, huh?
Yeah, my father worked really hard to steal the truth. But he was killed, and the Yatagarasu was no more. But despite that, the Yatagarasu has been spotted again recently.
Someone other than you.
Here, Mr. Edgeworth. Take a look at this article.
Interesting.
The Yatagarasu sent the embassy a calling card.
Yeah, meaning this person's a fake. I'm almost certain that Callisto U Lady is behind this. Because the real Yatagarasu would never send something like this gaudy card out.
But the Yatagarasu did send a white card along with anything to be publicized.
That's how KG8 started too. Right.
That's what Detective Bad told me 7 years ago, if memory serves.
Well, as soon as I heard the news, I got all wound up and I knew I just couldn't let it go. So I searched you out, so that I could obtain the truth behind the Yatagarasu. Because if anyone helped me find it, I figured it's you, Mr. Edgeworth.
So you're saying that I have your father's and Miss Yu's identities backwards?
Yes, because the real Yatagarasu is noble to the end. And I want to revive the real, noble Yatagarasu. If I don't, my father will never be able to rest in peace.
Kay, you're so honorable. I don't care what anyone else thinks. I'll always be here to cheer you on, pal.
Even if you are honorable, a thief is a thief. And if you are plotting to commit a crime, then I'm afraid I can't be complicit.
Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, you guys are not making this easy for me. Who am I supposed to support now?
Mr. Edgeworth, what I want from you is not to steal something. What I want is the arrest of that evil woman.
That evil woman? You mean Callisto U?
I think it's too hard for me to catch her all by myself. But I thought that since you were able to expose her for who she is, then maybe... Please, Mr. Edgeworth, won't you help me?
Come to think of it, I do believe I owe you.
Huh? Owe me for what?
When Miss Yu made her escape, it was you who saved my life. Furthermore, you helped me with the investigation today. I'm not so rude as to leave favors unrepaid.
Then you mean...
Yes. That case has been weighing down my soul ever since that fateful day. Perhaps the time has come to settle things once and for all. If you don't intend to sully your hands in a crime, then I believe I can help you.
Mr. Edgeworth, thank you!
Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Isn't that great, Kay?
Yeah, it sure is, Gummy.
Even though he had completely forgotten about her until just now. What is with their chummy relationship? The great thief Yatagarasu. After all that time, the true identity of the thief sank back into the darkness. Byrne Faraday, Callisto U, and Kay Faraday. The phantasmagorically... Wow, that is a hell of a word. The phantasmagorically changing identity of the great thief Yatagarasu. And the Yatagarasu's real goal. It would all come to light the day after I made that promise to Kay.
The end! Hey, that was a dope case. I'm glad we stopped where we did yesterday, though, because that was another 3 hours. Damn. Thoughts? This was great. I loved it, and it very well clearly set up the final case, which is sick. But yeah, this has been fantastic. That case was so much fun. Bad and Callisto were awesome characters. It was awesome getting to see Franziska and Edgeworth's dynamic a little bit more. They've gotten a lot of screen time in this actually together, which has been fun. So I'm excited to see how it all comes to a head in the next case. We'll start that next week, and hopefully we'll knock it out in the same week. I'm planning to get a little more consistent again now. Things are kind of settling back down for me. So yeah, we'll pick this up next week, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. I appreciate y'all so much for being here, and I hope you had some fun. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you all next time. Till then, peace.
thought you will. So maybe there's something to learn and just letting go, trying to earn something. Son, I mean getting old. I don't know if that's a deal I'ma make. For what they give, or you know they gon' take everything, everyone, all of yourself. Set you aside, put you up on a shelf. Backseat driving your life, man, that ain't right. They a parasite. Hope you see the light, more than black and white. Truth is in the gray. Do yourself, don't pray. We gonna be okay. We gon' make it through the day. We gonna be okay. We gon' make it through the day. We gonna be okay. We gon' make it through the day. We gonna be okay. It's been getting dark, time has been running out. Feels like each word is my final somehow. Right now, fighting for hope feels like all I have left. But somehow I feel free, I don't care about the rest. I feel the peace and contentment inside as I open my heart. I got nothing to hide. Wouldn't trade anyone here by my side for a ransom of riches.